hope that resonated with you, Anchor Haven. And this next one's from Christy Campbell. And it was amazing meeting Christy in person. You know, we've done a lot of shows together, so it was almost like meeting like my sister. You know, and like, you know, because I know Chris. I've known Christy for like a couple years now. You know, so I remember meeting her for the first time in the hotel. It was amazing. Like, so it was really cool to see her and stuff. And yeah, she just says she like an abundance reading, and I don't know if she has any other comments or anything like that, or anything she wants you to look into specifically, or you know.
Sure. How much did she donate?
1111.
Thank you, Chris. You're top donator at the moment. So remember, a top donator at the end of the show is going to get an extra abundance. Right. Okay, so let's see here. Ooh. Let's see what's on here. Ooh, you were able to tap into that. Nice. Congratulations. Still being a little limited, but something's able to get past the matrix and some of your suppressors, which it looks like you tapped in successfully to. It's like a mana, it's like a mana type of energy that transcends the matrix. Congratulations on that. Not many people have that. It's working. And of course you can agree in the power output to that, because your power is fluctuating as things are challenging it. Now again, with power output, and I'll do more shows of that, I got so much on power, I don't know what to do with this. Is like journals upon journals on it. Power is one of the bigger things that's targeted, as it fuels everything. And it's like a lot of elite want to go after it. It doesn't mean you should avoid it or think it's bad. Certain types of power props, but kind of mostly goes along with it's more power over others and influence over others, and also there's just targeting that goes with it. So, and then that just tries to steal your power anyway, and then subvert it. So you got to counter that stuff. And I'll look at another thing. Dragon energy is hard to activate, so we'll be doing a bit more of that for people too. I just did that with a show on that for my abundance, so you can go on Sonically YouTube to see that one in the live section. That's not, you know, that one video is being suppressed like a lot, but I recommend getting that if you can. You can infinitely increase how much power goes in the system, and it also build creations off of it, and that seems to be working well for you. And then it should help you get more types of different abundance. You're gonna have to increase your power level. It's over 9,000. Right now I'm reading 10,000 units of power a second is going into this system. Now, congratulations on getting that much and more into your other systems that need it. I can see the work that you're putting in. Congratulations. Now, the thing that's going to make this faster, let me see if I can look into a core thing. No. Now there's a lot of things you can look at in power systems and how it works in targeting and anti-power, and the solar plexus is your main power center, and the soul, and the best cultivation methods in meditation focus and allowance and workout or breath work or qigong or dance, or all these methods you want to test and combine together is something that you love to do to bring power accumulation as well as generation to the forefront. Now, a big one that's calling you that will make everything faster and stronger has to do with your heart sensor and your source connection. Your source, prime creator of the galaxy, which is an emanation connection to that, mostly. And you'll be going up the tree of that, of course, but what is it? One, two, three things that mainly I'll bring up. Okay, so three methods. One is, once you really remember this stuff, so write it down, sticky notes or whatever, so because they're going to get you to forget about the negative things. One is surrender to your source, not in any negative way or giving up or anything that is of value. It's like kind of more of a pure hologram anyway. It's like as you let go of all the finite stuff, which is the stuff to let go of, you're embracing an infinite version of yourself. And that is essentially your source and God and prime creator gods. It's like letting go of all these layers that are shielding from the greater pure light of existence and everything that's already beneath everything. And it's got everything's got blinders on it, kind of thing. It's you're surrendering suffering, false selves, attachments, things that represent external threats and war and predators and things that have an internal representation in you. And you're bringing it to where you're having faith in them, and as you surrender them to your source, you're compressing all that down into there like a furnace, that it's gonna have very strong intelligence of what to do with it. You don't need to know everything, but you'll kind of get knownness come out about it, and you can read into it and you can have telepathic conversations with source. I recommend doing that, especially if they want to talk to you. If you haven't already, I don't. Somebody, they'll come out in your thoughts in all kinds of ways, so I like to just ask people what they got going on with their source. Apparently not as many people as I'd hope are talking to them. I talk to them all the time. I love it. It's very strong. I'm a little confused at which points in my life were the big activators for that, so I gotta still funnel through that if I want to teach other people. So that layer, so it's like surrendering the darkness, the heaviness, the weights, things to let go of into them, and they'll have them flow through your body like lights shining greater and greater, and then that increases the shit out of your power. And then you do it more and more with more and more layers, and finding out what you're surrendering to them in the next layer of onion. What's this one? It's transcendence and hugging, embracing love. So those are the other two. So transcendence is part of your journey is ascension, and this is the same thing. Going within, it's more going within than like going up. And the weights that as you embrace source with love. So this is the other one, the love one, which is when you focus on something and you love it. The flames of the two hearts amplify each other and get brighter. So that's a cultivation in the pathway of love aspect of ascension. It wants you to do that with Source's heart, so that your love with Source amplifies to a higher and higher intensity, and you keep working on layers. And after a focus on it a while, you'll notice, oh wow, this feels really good, it's getting better. But there's a pace to how fast it gets. And you can increase that pace by understanding and knowing more about what is the things holding it back. Like, is it in you? You ask questions to that. What's being held on to? What's limiting this from a full fire hose of close of bliss and harmony and love. And then that also goes into transcendence thing, which some of the blocks and heavinesses and weights and all that hold back that love from getting bigger is something you need to focus on, feel into, and then tune into vision and all the other senses that you train. And then the transcendence of that thing, and then the heaviness, another heaviness releases and flows in faster, and you keep going. And it all increases every ability and everything, including your abundance and your power. So power output to a resilient level is what this does. I've tried a lot of other methods for power resilience, and honestly, like the deep information that I go into is very helpful, but you don't need to know everything. As long as you get a greater sense of the core you're honing in on, that it's closer and closer to the center to be held in focus while doing your activity for energy cultivation that you make more and more like with breath work, combined with a bunch of different body action ceremonies and internal focus. Hope that helps. That's a really powerful one, and cultivate being powerful. Is you're fueling these systems, and you're going to be making more, making them stronger than the negative aspect of reality tries to compress you back down.
Well, that was amazing.